Good morning, Flosstube. I hope everybody had a great stitchy week. I feel like I got a lot of stitching done. I don't know if it'll look like a lot, but I feel good about it, so I'll go with it. I had to plug the tablet in to charge, so it's flipped everything around so the camera's in a different spot. So if I look like I'm looking all over the place, I apologize. Or if I look like I'm staring off into space, I apologize for that too. I'm trying to pay attention to where the camera is, but since it's backwards of usual, then I'm all discombobulated. I pulled out our 4th of July decorations yesterday, and so I thought I'd show you some of the things that were in the box that are things that I've made. That's one of the things I like about doing this. It reminds me of the stuff that I have accomplished in the past when I feel like maybe I haven't. I made these little firecrackers, and all they are is the toilet paper rolls. The cats played with them last year, so now they're all bent out of shape. It's fabric wrapped around toilet paper rolls and glued on with Mod Podge, which makes it stiff at the top, and then you just tie it off and fringe it out a little bit. Those were pretty quick and easy, fun to make. I made them years ago. I have this little garland. I can remember what they call it. And it was just made with stuff I had hanging around. Little flags, they're just red and white ticking with a little piece of denim. Actually, it's just glued at the top. It's not even sewn up there, but they look pretty cute when they're all hanging up. And then, I think I've shown you this before because it was not in the box. It's been sitting in my bedroom, but this pillow, it's just the back is the solid fabric. I bought that pattern from somebody off of Etsy. It actually came as a kit with all these fabrics in it. But I really like the way it turned out. I like that it's really simple, it's really quick to do. And I need to find some fabric. Like everything else in my house, it's covered in cat hair. I need to find some fabric and make some more of those. I liked that. So, that was what I could find. I have looked everywhere. I stitched a thing a few years ago for my husband for Father's Day. It's embroidered, but I used like the buttons in the pocket off of one of his work shirts, his old shirts from when he used to have to wear a suit all the time. That kind of work shirt. And I stitched something on it. I don't even remember the saying anymore. It was one of those things about being a dad. And then had a picture, when I put it in the frame, there's a picture of the kids kind of sitting in the pocket. I have looked everywhere for that, and I can't find it anywhere because I thought, oh, hey, I remember doing that. I'll show it for Father's Day. Maybe Father's Day in a few years if I can ever find it. Anyway, on to cross stitch progress. On my O Canada piece, this is my focus piece. I've broken it down into, I gave myself 2 weeks and what I would need to accomplish each day in order to get it completed. And that was 2 days ago, and so far I'm still on track. Yay! I don't really like to give myself those kind of timelines because then I get all freaked out if I get off track. But I'm going to see if I can't give up. I tried to be reasonable with the goals every day. And if I can get more than that done, then that's great. Or if I reach my goals, since I gave myself 2 weeks, that still gives me a lot of time before I need to have it done and framed and everything. So I've kind of, with the goals, it kind of also allows me, if I do what I wanted to for that day, to be able to move on and do something else without guilt. So anyway, so last time, I think this is what I had. And I think I added in this goose since last time. But sorry, my cats are... Kuna is in here. I don't know if you can see the black one walking out. Kuna. Yeah, he's going to ignore me because the other cat was hissing at him. He's the one that my daughter's friend ran over. And he's doing really well. He still has a little bit of a limp. He can't jump on things that are very high. Something low he can jump onto, but that's about it. But he's the most laid back, sweetest cat ever. And she's not a mean cat. This is just her place. She's been around the longest and she wants to rule the roost, and she doesn't really like these new cats showing up, but he's usually outside. But his outside partner had kittens last Saturday morning. So we have 4 new kittens, 3 black and 1 gray. So again, if anybody wants a kitten. Now she's hissing and there's not even anybody by her. Anyway, this is where I got to. Got all the weed in the end. I don't really know what I'm going to work on. From the wheat, I can go up and do the O, or I can keep going across. I've got border to do. I don't know what I'll work on today. But like I said, I've broken it up where hopefully I can be finished in 2 weeks and still have given myself the opportunity to work on other stuff without the guilt involved in it. So, because I did that, I was about to show you the chart. This is one of my mania starts. That little wood stock decked out for Thanksgiving. This is what I've gotten done. For Mania, I got done about 2 rows, less than what's on there right now. I was working on this yesterday, but a friend kept texting me, and I was trying to cook dinner and all of that, so 2 rows was all it was before I gave up and moved on to the rest of my life. And then this one I've been working on, and it's another Mania start. By Hand and Heart, they have the different months. I think this is the only one of these that I have. Though I might have August. I don't know. I've got another small something. I don't know if it's theirs and part of that series. And I just got it because I don't really have anything to put out September decoration-wise, so this will work. Anyway, I got it finished. Woohoo! I got to finish. So, that means I'm going to get to start something. So now I'm trying to decide to start something. I know what I need to start. It needs to be the birth sampler. But I'm trying to decide because that will need to be a focus piece. So maybe I'll wait and start it when I finish the O Canada and start something else now. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Um, that counts. There's stuff in the way. That's Gunny and Kuna. We're up to 13 cats, y'all. With the kittens and everything. 13. I wasn't the crazy cat lady. And that's besides the 4 dogs and 4 kids. Everywhere you look, there's an animal around here. So, anyway, that's what I worked on. I'm trying to decide on my new start, because I think that if you finish something and you don't start something new, the cross-stitch police show up, and I don't want any citations. Clearly, I have a clean record. I may be guilty of overstarting, but certainly not understarting. Anyway, last weekend, my daughter and I, one of my girls, went down to, at the end of the road from us, they were having, the sign said a ranch and estate sale. And I know the property's for sale. It's been for sale for a long time. It's like, I don't know, 80 acres or something. And they want like, I don't know, $7 or $8 million for it. It's insane. So I thought, hey, if you've got something that valuable, maybe you'll have a neat estate sale. And I always like to go to those anyway, in hopes that the person did some of older kind of crafts, you know, crochet, knit, some of that kind of stuff, to see if I can get things quilting. Anyway, we went there and it completely sucked. They had, I don't know, they had a lot of rocks for sale, and they weren't necessarily even fancy, pretty polished rocks. They were the crap that my yard is full of. I have like 2 inches of dirt in my yard, and everything else is rocks, I swear. And I'm almost certain they multiply too. So since we were completely disappointed in that, we decided to just drive around, and if we saw a garage sale or yard sale sign up, that we would just stop and look. And we bought a few things. I bought a little piece of fabric. I thought it was cute. And this other little piece of fabric. Look, it's little tiny houses. What I'm going to do with either one of those, I don't know, but that's no reason not to buy anything, right? I got this. It's a bag full of little cross-stitch kits. Some of them are brand new, haven't been started. Some of them have been. There are duplicates in it, but the bag was only $1, so what do I care? It's got a couple of little those lace kind of panels in it. With this, I have no idea what I would do with that. I don't have little kids or anybody looking for anything like that. One of the reasons I bought it was this hoop. It's a wooden hoop. But here's the weird thing about this hoop. I tried to use it on the O Canada, and the fabric's too thick, because this hoop has nothing to tighten or loosen it. You get what you get. It's got like a little belt around here kind of thing, to help anything stay in there, but you can't get anything too thick. But I found that curious. And the whole bag was $1, so I really didn't have much to lose. Apparently that not buying anything was just a bunch of BS, and it's out the window. Obviously. I got this fabric. Sorry, there's a mosquito down here. We are overrun with mosquitoes from all the rain earlier in the year. This is just a little piece of linen, 28 count antique white. No specific use for it, but whatever. And then I got this, and it's where somebody had started a stamped cross stitch. They're quilt blocks. They're huge. And that this one's done. There are other blocks that are not, well, it's not done. This one started. See all those little dots? I'm assuming those are supposed to be French knots, maybe. There are no instructions. I may just stitch around it like in an outline stitch or something. I don't think that, I don't have anything that yellow goes with in my house, so I don't think that I will do the other blocks in yellow. I had actually thought about using them as pillow covers. I'm looking, there's 2 or 3 other blocks that haven't had anything done. And I got all the thread with it. One of the problems is it's J&P coats, and that's one of my least favorite threads. But then again, I haven't used it in, I don't know, 25, 30 years. They could have come a long way in that amount of time. My cat's laying on everything. I got these little patterns. They were out of, no, they're bent because the cat's laying on them. It's just out of a magazine, but they're all little ones, you know, little quick things, so I thought those were pretty cute. That'd look pretty cute with some beads and a headdress. We'll see. And in my, hey, I'm not going to buy anything, I made a trip to the bookstore purposefully to look for cross-stitch stuff. How is that at all not buying anything? I suck at this. Anyway, I bought this book. It's called The Portable Crafter, and this is cross-stitch. And they're just little patterns, but I'm going to show you everything. I thought this one was incredibly cool. It's kind of like a little rug. It'd be neat for like mug rugs or something along those lines. And this 28 count linen that I just got would be, and this came off of Listia, would be perfect for them. I just thought that was neat. A neat little project. And I got a pattern and a pillow cover. And the pattern, I can't show you because it's just the pattern. I don't have a picture. But basically it just says, "Oh Holy Night," and these big fancy letters. Sorry, it's all rolled up. It rolled away. And it came with this fancy pillow cover. It says it's a 32 count linen. The whole pillow is kind of weird. It's got trim on 2 sides. Anyway, and it's got ruffles, and it's supposed to fringe, and it's supposed to say "Oh Holy Night" across there. I just have to say, 32 count linen, I don't think so. I think it's about a 98 count linen. That is so hard to see. Now I know why she was getting rid of it. Those little, any difference in there, that is so freaking hard to see. So we'll see if something happens there. I don't know. That's craziness. I don't know if my tiny little eyes can handle that. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all the stuff that I've bought for someone who's not going to buy anything. I was so excited to get that piece finished. Now I'm going to go look in my big bag of things I want to start and see if I can't find something in there for my new start, because I know I should start the birth announcement for my friends, but like I said, since the Canada's my focus piece, and that one will become a focus piece as soon as I get Canada finished, and she's not due till November. I don't have to have it done this summer, so I'm feeling okay about putting another new start. I mean, we all know. I mean, let's be honest. We all know that I don't want to do something foolish and not start something new and just continue on with, whittle down my number of whips. That would be insanity. So that's where things are this week. I don't have any huge plans for this next week. I really try, if at all possible, not to plan, because they just seem to get insane. We've put together a thing outside. I've got to go check it out a little bit. The sun is up now, so maybe I'll go here pretty soon. We put together a stand, and we will call over and set up an appointment so that sometime here in the near future we will be beekeepers, because 4 dogs, 4 kids, and 13 cats just isn't enough to keep a person busy, I guess. They should be the easier ones. She's being ugly. Well, I'm not gonna get you by her. Look, here's Kuna. He's a very laid-back cat. Anyway, that's where things stand. That's what I've got going on. I hope everybody's had a good stitchy week. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the comments. I really do like the comments. I appreciate them, that somebody would take the time to comment. And I just love this Flosstube community. People don't hesitate to be helpful and kind, and that's just awesome. I feel like so often in today's world that's just so hard to come by. I know that it's out there, but sometimes I feel like you really have to look for it, and not here in this community. It just is. My son told me this week, because he does some YouTube gaming videos, I guess, and he told me on the way to church Wednesday, he was like, "Mom, I tried to watch one of your videos and I just can't do it. I'm sorry." Son, don't watch my videos. You don't do any kind of stitching or sewing or any of that kind of stuff. Why in the world would you find any part of it interesting? So, anyway, thank you again, everyone, and I hope everyone has a great stitchy week.